The reason why they declined that penalty, too, is that was after the interception. The defensive hold was before, so they took the defensive hold in the automatic first down.
Thank you, Gene. Meanwhile, Jacobs rips off his biggest run of the game today against the Giants. 2nd and 8. Jacobs able to pick up the first down. Back to Jacobs. Back to extending the record. Now 9 consecutive games with a touchdown. Josh Jacobs.
You waited
For something that's about, you got to be 2 plays ahead, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, you and Ben Johnson were the best at it last year, and right now, Matt LaFleur and Josh Jacobs are doing it today.
Not the last time in his career that Golden will get behind the defense, take the top off. Meanwhile, a 9-yard gain here for Jacobs, 3rd and 1.
A balanced offense.
Give it to him again, and into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Packers. Inside give, big hole, exploited by Jacobs. Should be a first down in a tight formation on 2nd and 6. Give it to the big man, Jacobs.
Keeps finishing the drive. So there's some stuff that he's going to be happy with. You can still build on early in the year.
Yep. Jacobs.
So much control over right now at the start of year 3. Josh Jacobs to the outside, weaving through tacklers, and Jacobs down inside the Browns 45 in the arms of Carson Swesson.
3rd and 2, showing pressure to run into it. Jacobs got the first down at the 21-yard line. Josh Jacobs, 2 backs, Jacobs and Brooks in the game. They're both left. Love flips it out to one of them. Jacobs with Brooks as a blocker. Down the sideline. Jacobs towards the goal line. It'll be 1st and goal, Green Bay. Congrats to Witt, one of the all-time best. Jordan Love of the Packers taking over from the 24. Space here. Josh Jacobs. Pass Sanborn. First down, gain of a dozen. To begin the 3rd quarter. Quick hitter Jacobs. Open. Good move to the outside. Jacobs. Out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Wanye Thomas in for the injured Malik Hooker, who's out. 3rd and goal. Jacobs walks it into the end zone for the Green Bay touchdown. Second down, Jacobs bounces to the outside, cuts it up inside. Terrific finish on the touchdown run by Josh Jacobs.
I tell you, it's fun to watch. Ezra who's over here, and you're going to see him try and cut this play off, and just got blocked all the way down. Luke Musgrave doesn't always have the catches that a Tucker Kraft has. But, man, sometimes in the biggest moments, it's the block.
Absolutely a foul.
Green Bay, 1st and 10 inside the 30. Josh Jacobs, inside run, inside the 20. Jacobs carrying bodies. 15 to the 15 as we hit the 2-minute warning. Josh Jacobs back in. He's the back. The 26. Outlet, Jacobs, pass Shamar James. Down the sideline. Out of bounds to boot. He got everything there. To the 49.
Weren't able to get anything done. They got the ball back to the pack.
2 tight ends run by Jacobs. Right up the middle he goes. Jordan Battle will bring him down. First down run. 12th in a little over 2 games. First down and 10 for Love. And underneath he goes. Caught by the leaping Jacobs. Chased on the play. Getting by Battle and off to the side. He's on a catch and run by Jacobs. And Jacobs here. Crawling in. Touchdown. Some terrific blocking. Morgan and others opening the door, and then Jacobs doing it himself. And Green Bay is on the board with their first touchdown today and up 9-zip.
Watch after he snaps the ball. He gets up to the next level and is able to get that block. Getting Jacobs into the end zone.
And on his former teammate, T.J. Slayton, who's now a Bengal, a one-time Green Bay. Kraft is third in the NFL among tight ends in yards per reception. 1st and 10. Jacobs with the hole. And brought down by Wilson, crossing midfield. And down to the 48-yard line of Cincinnati with the burst. And Joe Burrow to come back from foot surgery. 1st and 10. Josh Jacobs busting free into the secondary. Brought down by his an 11-yard run. It's 2nd down 7. And Jacobs, oh, look at right down the middle. Touchdown for the 2nd time today. Josh Jacobs, a Green Bay rushing touchdown. 14 yards.
It's just a kick out here. You're going to get this seal here. Linebacker comes up. They're able to seal all of this, and he's just going to run right through the middle. Incredible job up front of blocking. Look at that hole. No contact until he's inside the...
Now a 2nd down and 10. Walker the block at the left tackle. Underneath they go. Josh Jacobs. And grabbed from behind by Cron. Couple tight ends here. 1st and 10 for Green Bay. Josh Jacobs. Tom the block. Stiff arms his way down into Battle and out of bounds.
Like they could have been there, make him a first option because of his ability in open space.
There's Jacobs on 2nd and 4. He picks up a Packers first down. One of their top defensive players. 1st and goal from the 7. Inside the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown, Josh Jacobs.
About how valuable this running back, Josh Jacobs, is to the Green Bay Packers offense. Just look how he runs away from that entire Cardinals defense.
Hands it off to Jacobs, and he is in for a Packers touchdown, his 2nd today.
And then Josh Jacobs, he has to make one guy miss. Just watch. Oh, one guy there and then running in for a touchdown. He's been doing that since his Raiders days. The 2nd effort, driving the linebacker into the end zone with him, makes the
First gain of 59 by Kraft takes the Packers to the 26. And Jacobs cutting back to the left for a half dozen on the Packers record. 2nd and goal. Jacobs trying to bounce to the outside. Can he get there? Yes, he can. Touchdown. Green Bay takes the lead.
Watch out here. We've got the wide receiver, Christian Watson, who has been playing tremendous. His first game back from that knee injury. And there he does it with a block. That was outstanding. And you could tell that Josh Jacobs saw it right away. And then we've seen Josh.
As this season unfolds into that MVP conversation if Green Bay continues to win.
Fakes the handoff to Josh Jacobs. Throwback to Jacobs. Makes the play. Makes 2 men miss. And then Derek Brown swats down and brings him down. Christian Roseboom was in
Tucker Kraft.
That 59-yard catch and run last week. There's Jacobs busting through a couple of tackles, and it's a first down into the red zone. Aaron Banks, the left guard, with a nice block.
Going to be as effective as a good pass. So continue to put the ball in Jordan Love's hands.
There's a handoff. There is Jacobs, and he gets the first down. All the way down near the 31 of Carolina as he... Handoff. Jacobs. He's in. And it's a 1-point game. Now, wait a second. Did that ball come out before he broke the plane? Christian Roseboom came flying in. Panthers are claiming they have the ball. It looked like Jacobs was right at the goal line.
So I would say as they look at this in New York, I think it's a touchdown.
And assuming that it stands as a touchdown or becomes a touchdown, now it's a 1-point game, and now it's an even bigger decision for Matt LaFleur.
All right, so here's the conversation. That's right now what Matt LaFleur is trying to deal with.
The ruling is touchdown.
But in a normal situation, the reason you would want to kick the extra point here is with 2 minutes to go.
This is a tight end after the injury to Tucker Kraft. Here's Jacobs out of the backfield. Made a man miss and gets a first down for Green Bay. Has played some snaps on offense. He's out there right now. Play clock at 4. Love. Jacobs, good throw. Hit Jacobs in stride, and that will keep the clock running, and Matt LaFleur takes a time trade deadline. always trying to improve this roster as Jacobs takes it over the left side.
This impacts a lot, whether or not they're able to get a touchdown or if they have to try to settle for 3.
Jacobs bends it back and fights his way for the touchdown. Wow.
Second down. So it's a screen for Jacobs. Little extension of the run game here. And Jacobs tight-roping the sideline. Gets jarred out of bounds in Giants territory.
Jacobs gets it. Easy first down and more for Josh Jacobs. Bouncing off Lions and on his feet down to the 40. Love just barely gets it off. Run to Jacobs. Good move. More. Jacobs breaks free into Lions territory, and he's down inside the 40. Here is Jacobs. Right at the middle. There's a big hole for Jacobs. Works his way down around the 21-yard line, and the Packers getting some traction in the run game. Here's a run, and Josh Jacobs off the right side. And that's a good start for the ground game with a first down for Green Bay. Up across the 25, he goes with a 9-yard run. Jacobs, right side, dances to the middle. Good run from Jacobs. Pick up a first.
For a number of reasons, Jacobs been in and out of the lineup as well.
Here's Jacobs on 3rd and short. First down and more for Jacobs as he plows through to deliver, and the drive continues.
Can back to a run with those safeties deep.
There is the run to Jacobs, who makes a couple great moves for Jacobs, and that's a nice start. 3rd and goal. It is Jacobs plowing up the middle. Josh Jacobs is in. Touchdown Packers.
McLeod is the unblocked player on the top of the screen, and it's McLeod, not a big corner, very physical going up against.
And now to have Jaden back as well. 3 catches, 43 yards in the early going. Jacobs, nice move. He's able to swerve around some early contact. 2nd and 2. It's Jacobs. Jacobs again gets to the second level. Takes it to the 20.
Could be a screen right here. I might run something fast.
Love looking downfield, lofting to the end zone. It's Jacobs with the catch. Oh my goodness. What a grab by the running back with Greenlaw in coverage. And the Packers have found the end zone for the first time today.
But this is not a wide receiver. This is a running back. 1, 2. That is a touchdown. Jacobs showing off.
Yeah.
With some Randy Moss hands right here. Wow.
I don't know if you remember, but he couldn't get a touchdown reception.
Remember? Yeah,
anything.
exactly.
For years. That streak.
I don't think that was pass interference.
Meanwhile, Jacobs, no one near him, taken off. Jacobs to the end zone for his longest touchdown run of the season.
I want you to watch right here. Singleton, there's a huge gap in this area. You've got to move over here. You cannot go that way because now all of a sudden you leave this entire area and Jacobs will finish. What a drop.
There's a handoff. What a hit. That was Greenlaw who just pulverized.
Going toe-to-toe.
Here's Jacobs again, cutting back and picking up the first. Taking it near the 50.
Toss back Jacobs. Tries to get around the corner. Indeed he does. And picks up about 9.5. Going to spot it just shy.
Jordan Love's going to put some points up tonight against his own defense.
2nd and 3. And that's a first down and a lot more. Getting it out to the 34-yard line goes Josh Jacobs.